Yeah, it's warm and very summer-like, and that's going to continue right through the end of summer. And then first day of fall, Saturday. Fall actually starts sometime between 1 and 2 in the morning on Saturday morning. After that, it's going to feel like fall. So we'll definitely have a big change as we head into the weekend. Right now, though, it's beautiful out there. A few scattered clouds, 83 degrees, the wind out of the east at 9, and it's not terribly humid, but the dew point's at 57, so there is a little moisture in the air. It's enough for an isolated shower or thunder shower. We have one little one down there. I'll show you in a second. Right now, 85 Redwood Falls, 86 in Marshall, Waseca 79. It is 83 in Blue Earth, 82 in Fairmont, Esterville at 80 degrees. And we're kind of watching the possibility of an isolated shower or thunder shower here this afternoon. And we do have one just kind of hovering along I-90 north and now northwest of Blue Earth, right there at the golden spike marker. It's going to continue to slowly drift to the west. Not expecting anything severe or anything too serious, but a brief shot of rain, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. We have a lot going on. We have a little bit of energy down in Iowa, bringing a few scattered showers. The leading edge of our next system out in the Dakotas, and it's going to be an interesting weekend with a chance of rain. Tonight, tomorrow, still looking good. Down into the mid-50s by tomorrow morning. Mid-70s by lunchtime tomorrow, and then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, back into the upper 70s to low 80s. So it's going to be another warm, summer-like day as we head into tomorrow. But by the weekend, it's all going to change. And here's what we're watching. Heaviest rain late Friday night, Saturday night into early Sunday. I think after that, the rain's going to kind of taper off. But that will depend on the track of the system, which is still a bit of an uncertainty at this point. Widespread, which means just about everyone can expect about a quarter to a half inch of rain, but there will be pockets of heavier rain, possibly an inch to 2 inches across much of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Not expecting much in the way of severe weather, but Saturday there could be a couple of isolated strong to severe storms across Iowa, mainly south of I-90, so that's something we'll also keep an eye on. Here's the system way out here to the west. That is going to slowly move east by Friday and Saturday. You'll notice that big H over here. That is basically going to stop everything up and keep that low from moving out real fast. And so it's going to hang around and bring some pretty good rain at times here through the weekend. We're going to continue to watch things. We start to get the higher resolution forecast data coming in tomorrow. After that, we'll be able to be quite a bit more specific with potential rain and the track of the system. 56 clear tonight. Tomorrow, another beautiful day. Sunny, warm, 81. As we hit the weekend, Friday 77, nighttime storms. Saturday, thunderstorms, rain 73. Pretty steady rain too Saturday and Saturday night. Sunday, a little bit of rain off and on, scattered thunderstorms, and then lingering showers Monday after that. We are going straight into fall-like weather with sunshine and 70s. That's what's going on. We're going to take a break. Sports is next.